Hey, what's up guys, MKBHD here. I asked on Twitter if you guys wanted it, and resoundingly most of you guys said yes, so without any further ado, this is a tour of what's on my Android phone, which, at least right now anyway, happens to be the Galaxy Note 2. Let's take a look. Alright, so the device of choice here is indeed the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 from Verizon, as you can tell by the branding everywhere, all over this device. I'll be putting a sticker on that home button right after this video is over, but basically, it's a big device, I know, but it kind of fits me. It's a big enough device that it gives me advantages over my Galaxy S3 previously, but I've been enjoying it so far, and basically, I'll start off with the software. Basically, everything about this is still stock, but it's running a ton of different apps that make it seem like it's rooted and running a version of stock Android. But this is still totally stock, and I'll show you all the apps and everything. All the information you need to know about this is down right below the like button on this video in the description, so be sure to hit that up if you want that information. But we'll start here with the lock screen, of course, and the lock screen is called Widget Locker, and it's just a simple clock widget here with Widget Locker that I'll get to in a second. But Widget Locker gives me access to Google Now, the phone, dialer, messaging, camera, and unlocking. And this is the Nova Launcher Prime home screen. So that's right, my launcher is Nova Launcher Prime, and I don't have actually more than one home screen. It's just one home screen. Everything is really tightly centralized and gives me quick access to everything that I do on this device. First of all, I'll go ahead and show you up top here. This is Super Widget Pro. That's the most frequently asked question I get about this setup. Super Widget Pro, and it's actually one of the stock default customizations that you can get out of the box. So you buy the app, you go ahead and add a 4x2 widget or a 5x2 widget depending on how big your home screen is, and you can just add that widget right there, and it's actually Christmas Eve right now. So that is the date widget, Super. And down here is HD widgets, and this is just a couple quick shortcuts. So I can tap here to get to my battery, and it'll also tell me how much battery percentage I have left. This is the tilt lock and unlock, and that's a camera light and actually does work, as you can see. So that'll turn on the LED light on the back of my device. Further down here, of course, like I said, I don't have more than one home screen, but I do have more than one dock, and that's a lot of the part of how I get to my apps. So going through my dock down here at the bottom, I have the phone dialer, I have tasks, and I have my home button here, and messages and Chrome. And actually, obviously, if you tap the app, it'll open it up, but I actually have a swipe action on messages to open a new message when I swipe up from it, so that's pretty useful. And of course, the others will bring you to their designated apps. Then I'll swipe over to the next page here, and there's Google Now. When I swipe up from Google Now, it takes me to the voice actions, so that's pretty nifty as well. Google Plus is the Google Plus app, stock of course. Falcon Pro is probably the best Twitter app for Android right now. At least it's a really new one, and it's really well done, very polished and smooth. So Falcon Pro for Twitter. I use the stock calendar app from the Google Play Store because it's so much nicer than the Samsung one. And lastly, there is the stock TouchWiz camcorder or camera app. I have the shortcut here themed, of course, but it's the stock app. Then there's Instagram. I also use something called Press for Google Reader. It's a pretty good app for reading through your feeds. I have them sorted into different categories here and different feeds, but that's how I read through Google Reader. Pocket, which is where I keep things to read for later, and then I have two folders here, one for music and one for location. So I use Foursquare and Google Maps a lot, and I also use all of these music apps. So Soundhound, this was actually a widget to immediately start IDing whatever it's listening to, so it's a quick little shortcut there. And also there's Spotify, Google Play Music, and SoundCloud. So those are all the apps down here in my docks, and of course when I swipe up from home, I also get straight into the Google Now app. Google Now is awesome. I use this more probably than most people do, but it's a really, really useful app. I'll go ahead to my notification tray here, and I have a couple of things in here. One is called Swipe Pad, and Swipe Pad is basically you can swipe in from the edge of your screen and get a number of shortcuts to apps. Now I actually swipe in, and when I swipe in, it takes me to recent tasks, and that's something you can get from the Play Store as well. It's called Swipe Pad, and so you can choose to swipe in from the left, from the bottom left, bottom right, top left, top right, wherever. I choose to swipe from the bottom because that's the way it kind of works out for me. Also, you can, of course, long press on home. You can still use the stock TouchWiz way, but I prefer this way. It's pretty nifty, and it'll let you open up whatever recent apps you are using. So that's nice. What else is up here? Battery Reborn. Battery Widget Reborn is one of the best new apps of 2012. Gives you your battery history here. It's telling me I have 54% battery left, and it'll give me all sorts of information about how much battery I've been using. So it's a really good app, and I have the pro version of that as well. I tend to pay for apps if they're good, so if it's good enough, I will pay for it. And of course, Google Plus is in here too. So that's the basics of my Android setup here on my Galaxy Note 2. I can take you through the app drawer just for a little bit, just to show you what else I have installed. I have a lot of apps from the Play Store that are like stock Android apps. So for example, the stock calculator, you can get that from the Android Play Store. Clock JB Plus is basically the stock Android 4.2 Jelly Bean clock app. You can get that from the Play Store. This is the stock contacts. What else? Google Drive, Dropbox. Eye in the Sky is my weather app. I was also asked about this. I posted a screenshot about how it was going to snow on Christmas. This is Eye in the Sky, which is the weather app that I used. It's pretty good. I use it a lot, more clouds than sun. That's nice to know. It's also cold. And what else? Gallery ICS is basically what I use to go through the gallery, because the Samsung gallery is not very good. So this is basically the gallery that I use to look through the pictures that I take with the Note 2's impressive camera. What else is there? Geekbench, Falcon Pro, like I said. Next page, Mint, Package Buddy, really good app also for tracking packages, and it can sync over multiple devices. So if you have like a tablet, you can install Package Buddy on the tablet, and it'll track all the packages you have punched into your phone already. Need for Speed Most Wanted is pretty great. I play that probably more than I should anyway. Reddit News is the Reddit app that I use, so for those of you who read it, check this one out. It's pretty good. I still have the stock Google Reader app, but I'll probably delete that soon. Score Center, S-Note, which I do occasionally use. I'll whip out the stylus here just because I can finish this video with the stylus. What else is there? Oh, this is a screenshot. Or did I just freeze it? No? All right. S-Note I use occasionally. Snapseed is also pretty good. It's from Google, and you can use it to edit photos. It's not like that useful to me because I don't edit photos on my phone that often, but whenever you want to, it's there. Then there's Soundhound for identifying songs that are playing, SoundCloud for listening to songs, Spotify. I use Spotify pretty much exclusively for my music, and that syncs with Facebook. So if you subscribe to me on Facebook, you see all the music that I listen to on Spotify. And that's basically it. Google Tasks and YouTube. I'll go ahead and open the YouTube app just because I can. It doesn't feel like cooperating, does it? And yeah, this is the YouTube app. Basically, all that makes your phone look stock. So if you're running sort of a Jelly Bean-esque device but isn't running stock Android, you can check out a whole bunch of these apps in the Play Store from the links below. That's basically it. So for those of you who want to see it on Twitter, happy holidays. Glad you enjoyed, or at least wanted to see my setup to enjoy, and hopefully this will give you some ideas for your own setup. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.